This video will show you how to enter in projects into Sage. The first thing, prior to doing this, I ran a 3-week project time entry out of TimeForce and got a list of all projects that had time over the last 3 weeks. I would consider these active projects. Any projects that may be missing in here or new projects that start after the creation of a project can be added ad hoc in the future. Another thing to mention is that we are only entering the base project information. We're not going to enter the budget for the sake of time. We can enter that in subsequently once we have the project framework built. Okay, so to start, we're going to start with the Valero 150037. This is a professional services TNM project. To begin with, and this part is important, when you're logging into Sage, before entering in your password, change the date, the session date, to the beginning of the year. The reason why I say this is every project that you enter in will automatically start with your session date. You can always override it, but since we have projects that may have transactions prior to the current date that you're entering the project in, when we're loading time from the previous week, it could create a problem because of the start and end time of the project in the system. All right. Then you put in your password. And since we're doing this in the live data, change it to production, press OK. All right. Go to project job costing. Expand the options, PJC transactions, contract maintenance. Open this up. And to start a new project, click on the north-facing arrow. Enter in your customer. You can also search for a customer database by clicking the magnifying glass. Now we're going to create a job from an existing job. This allows us to duplicate the format of a previously created job. What you'll see is there's only templates here. We want to only, for this first go around, create basic templates, anything that says basic here. So you pick the department that it applies to, find the word basic, and then click select. Since we're not entering estimates at the moment, just leave the radio dial on none, and then click next. Now this screen allows you to add a job number to the project. It's going to be a combination of the old format and the new format. For now, ignore month and year because what I'll show you will allow us to differentiate between old projects and new projects entered into Sage. So in this case, the division is 40. And then just replicate the old project number with two leading zeros. So 0015 and the consecutive number 0037. What this will do, and you'll see this in the project job number, it'll show you the job number as 40-0015-0037. It's important to create it in this format in order for time entry to be able to upload correctly. Click next, next again, and in the optional field drop down, choose copy from template, and then finish. It will now create the format of the job. And what you see, we have 3 phases that are entered into a job template. To remove the phases that are not applicable, go to phase. Now first to explain, TM Opper is TNM projects, LS Oppers are lump sum projects, and CSOpper is cost plus. In this case, this is a T&M project, so delete out LSOpper, delete out CSOpper, and then click Add down at the bottom. Now you have created a estimate. Click on T&M, enter in a PO number, which unfortunately I don't have access into Citrix. Actually, let's back up for a minute. We're going to enter in the description. So go back to your Excel spreadsheet. There's the PO number. Override the description. And what I've been doing is deleting out the old redundant information since we no longer need it in the system. We can leave the PO in the title. However, we can also copy it. Go to TMOpper and enter in the PO number in the header. Alright, once we've done that, one thing to note is notice the job status is currently under estimate. Let me save the phase. This will save the base information. Good. Enter in job location. In this case, it is St. Charles. And then go back to TMOpper. Since this is a T&M job that has no materials, you can actually leave this job as it is. So once you enter in the job cost, you'll notice that you've got cost codes for straight time, overtime, per diem. You've got general materials. We're going to leave these items alone since the rates for the rate tables for labor are going to live inside the TimeForce upload. You don't have to enter a rate table in these screens. The only time that you will enter rates into this system is when you're entering rates for general materials, markups for general materials, equipment, subcontractor, third-party training, etc. So now we've created a shell for this, and then you click Save. So you've saved the phase, and then this last part, it's important to click Save in the project screen. Good. Now we've created a project that is still in estimate status. Once you're happy with what you've entered, click Open. And now the project is open and will allow for entry through other modules, including AP, PO, and TimeForce upload into the system to bounce off the project information and push through the system for billing and for billing purposes. Okay, so this is a great example of setting up a T&M project. For lump sum projects, it's the same, except you want to delete TMOpper and CSOpper and leave LOpper. I click Save, and we're closed. For all professional services projects, since these projects generally include only labor, no T&M, you can now take the contract maintenance project setup, click on the arrow when you're creating a new job. Alright, so let's say we're setting up another Valero T&M project, and rather than choosing an old template, we can choose the new job that we created because it has all of the format that we've already discussed, and it will automatically copy those items from there. So for example, let's say we're going to set up another TNM project for Valero. Let's see if we can find another one here in this list. Perfect. Let's take James Finch Valero Ardmore. Project number is going to be 160447. This is a professional services project. 00160447. Click next. Next. Copy from template. Click finish. And now we have a new project. As we did in the past, we want to override the project information, the project description, delete out the old job number. In fact, we can delete out Ardmore as well because we're entering in the job location here. Go back to the job setup screen. Oh, click jobs. Expand this. Enter in the PO number, which we can leave the PO in the project title, but we also want to put it here. And that is all. So once you're happy with that, click to save the phase. Drop down, click open, click change, and then click add. Now this project has been added to the bank of projects already in the system. To see projects, you can click the magnifying glass, and now you see that we've created 2 open projects, TNM for Valero. This ends the tutorial.